Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? Welcome back to each and every single one of you. So today, guys, we've got a return, so to speak, back to us discussing Battlefield on the channel. There's a few reasons why we're discussing this. It's not going to be, something I'm going to talk about regular, but there's a few things I've seen on Twitter, on social media, Reddit, etc., that I think I need to cover with you guys at home, watching this, and just, try to get a consensus of at least what my viewers think. As a general, obviously, I'm a very opinionated channel. I do say what I think, and the majority of the time, you guys and girls agree with me. So the gameplay in the background is from a game called World War III. This is only available on PC. It's still in its beta phase. It's, pretty much the best of a bad bunch at the moment, I'd say. We haven't got anything spectacular in terms of an FPS shooter, in my opinion, what is, fairly current or relevant. I know a lot of people are playing Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1, even Battlefield 4. Battlefield 2042, its player count now is pretty much completely gone. They keep on delaying, content which was planned, to be released for it. And remember, guys, Battlefield 2042 was a game which all these big YouTubers said was going to be around for years. It's an absolutely amazing game, and I've quoted, several big YouTubers who have said, they can't believe how good Battlefield 2042 is, while it was in its early access mode, basically salesmen for, EA and DICE, to get all you guys and girls out there to spend your hard-earned money or your parents' hard-earned money, they basically lied to you, saying how good the game was. And you've got to ask yourself this question: how many of those said YouTubers who said that this game, Battlefield 2042 was amazing, well, how come they're not playing it anymore? Ask yourself that question, guys. But, in my opinion, a lot of these big YouTubers now are just an extension of the corporate machine. They're not a real video gamer. They do it for money. They, continue to deceptively market products, from these game developers in a way which I feel personally is just downright disgraceful. Got to be careful what words I say, because unless you're a celebrity like Will Smith, you've got to be very careful, what you say on social media. But for some reason, one celebrity slapping another celebrity in the Oscars is okay according to all these people on Twitter. However, me saying mean words about somebody, on the internet is not acceptable. It's just weird, how, people live in different worlds to us, and they get away with doing something. If I would have gone on stage and, slapped Chris Rock, I would have been arrested, and I would have been probably prosecuted. But, anyway, moving away from that, I had to talk about that. Everybody's, talking about it. So, yeah, World War III in the background. This game is by no means perfect. I've got no idea, who designed these maps, who thought it would be a good idea to have 27,000 corridors. And the sound in this game is the biggest thing holding it back, in my opinion. I've got no idea where sound's coming from on this game. They could be in front of me, they could be behind me, they could be to my left, to my right. No idea. So anyway, Battlefield 2042, why am I making this video today? So if you want to, have more FPS stuff on the channel, talking about, very opinionated topics like this, please remember to leave a like. So the reason I am talking about this is I've seen it on Twitter. I don't really want to single any tweets out. There's been plenty of them. You can go hunt them yourself. You're going to find plenty of stuff. So a lot of these Battlefield developers have been coming out saying that they've learned a lot from Battlefield 2042 and they're going to not make that same mistake on their current game. And I'm like, have they just totally forgot about Battlefield 2042 and its player base and, the people who you conned into saying you're going to have certain content on such a day, what you've already put back? Why aren't they pushing that content as quickly as they should be? Why are they already talking about the next game? I'm sure the next game will be already in development for Battlefield by, the tweets I've seen, from the stuff I've been hearing, from other sources as well. It just makes me sick that they can release a shitty game like that, get away with it. All the YouTubers, have lost no credibility whatsoever. The only people who have lost anything are the likes of me and you watching this video, the normal video gamers. And video gaming at the moment, can't believe I actually died to that guy. Video games at the moment are only as bad as what they are because we continue as a community to let developers and YouTubers as well, Twitch streamers, they're all under the same bracket for me. Let's call them influencers because apparently that's the kind of term for them now because they influence people's decisions. You know, they're called influencers for a reason because they are an extension of the marketing machine. Corporations love working with these big YouTubers, Twitch streamers, because they know their fans have got a slightly lower IQ than, you know, what my fans have got. I'm not saying they're dumb, I'm just saying they're not as intelligent as what, you know, people who watch my channel are. So they just basically believe everything they hear on the internet. Even my viewers who have subbed to me for 4, 5 years or whatever on this channel don't believe everything I'm saying. You know, because they know I'm extremely opinionated, and once I've got an opinion about something, it's really, really hard for me to change that opinion. But yeah, a lot of these big companies rely on these influencers, and they get away with it time and time again because their fan base, whatever you want to call them, subscribers, whatever, followers, they all just continue to let these people, you know, deceptively market a product to them. Video game developers know this, so instead of actually spending time to make a good game what actually sells itself, what they now do is just make a shitty game, pay these influencers a lot of money to promote the game, and that is their model. That is their business model. If you look at a lot of the games what are popular now still, they have been out for years. They didn't rely on influencers marketing the game. They just basically made a good game, and they've been, you know, current for a while. Look at Fortnite. Fortnite, success story. Regardless if you like the game or not, it's a success story. It's a huge W in gaming. You know, lots of content all the time, free to play, brilliant. Then you've got to look at Rainbow Six Siege, been out since, what, 2015? Still fairly active player count as of today. Apex Legends, again, a masterstroke with the marketing on that one. They didn't really need people to market their game. It just came out of nowhere. One day nobody's heard about Apex Legends, the next day it's fully playable for everybody. That was a masterstroke in marketing. I have never seen a video game marketed as good as Apex Legends. That was an insane way of releasing that game. And no game's ever done it since. Not at least on that scale anyway. You got to look at CSGO, being around for years. Even Valorant now, you know, is getting into, you know, being around for a few years. You know, Minecraft. These games are insanely popular still, and why is that? It's because they're a good video game. But then you've got people wanting to make quick cash like EA and Activision do all the time with, again, still releasing a yearly Call of Duty game, which, again, is based pretty much a copy and paste. EA do it, obviously, with all their sports titles, and, you know, all they need to do is pay off 10, 20, you know, big influencers, YouTubers, Twitch streamers, whatever you want to call them, and they know they'll sell the game that way. They don't really need to make a good game, and once they've got that day one sale, they don't really care. You know, games are a live service is probably the biggest lie, you know, in video game history. There's certain games which do that as a live service, like, you know, Fortnite, Apex Legends, but look at the other live services. You know, Anthem, that went to shit, didn't it? And there's other games as well. I'm sure you guys will leave them in the comments. You know, live service is just a basic excuse for a video game developer to charge full price on release for a video game which has hardly any content, with the promise of content coming over the next year or so. You know, that's pretty much my rant over now, ladies and gentlemen, but you know, video games, generally speaking, are getting worse all the time. Obviously, we've had the Gem what has come out recently, Elden Ring. You know, remember when EA said single-player games are dead? I know it's not strictly single-player Elden Ring, but the majority of it is. I know you can invade, do all that kind of shit, but, you know, essentially, it's a story-driven single-player game. And at least now, the success of Elden Ring can actually show, you know, other developers who want to make single-player content that, you know, you do it right, you're going to make a lot of money. Because, you know, video games, years ago, it used to be about the passion, you know, of the video game developers doing something they enjoy. However, greed, corporations who, you know, just care about money, nothing else, have seen, you know, how profitable a good video game can be, you know, from a monetization point of view. And they're exploiting that now. They're making the bare minimum of a video game. We're going to call it a live service, and then we're not going to follow up on what we've already said, you know. Like Battlefield 2042, they said the content were going to come out. It's not still come out. They've delayed it. There's other games as well. I'm just using Battlefield as a reference. But, you know, people continue to buy shitty video games. And while that happens, while people buy said shitty video game, while that same person complains about it constantly 24/7 on social media, yet then they go and spend 15, 20 quid on skins, well, they're kind of enabling these business models to actually happen. But like I said, Battlefield 2042, the Battlefield devs are already talking about the next Battlefield game, saying they've learnt lessons, what they're going to implement in the next Battlefield game. So basically, they've already kind of killed off Battlefield 2042. They've got all your money, and what they're going to do now is start hyping up the next Battlefield game. I'm sure all these Battlefield YouTubers, you know who they are going to soon be hyping up the next Battlefield game too, to basically, you know, say how amazingly good it is to everybody. And then, yeah, we end up finding out it's all shit, and these said YouTubers have continued to lie. But as you guys always do, please leave your comments in the comment section and I'll answer as many as possible. All right, love you all. Take it easy. Goodbye for now.